going on, guys? T2RX6 here, back for another third-party review, and today we're taking a look at the Newage Legendary Heroes, or what should have just been another line, Legendary Villains. And this is their 3-pack of Insecticons, obviously. So we got Bombshell, Shrapnel, and Kickback. As you can see, they all can store their weapons. Shrapnel doesn't do it necessarily as nice as the others, so you may want to take that out. But it's small, and I don't really want to lose it. Now, I will also, well, we'll get there when we get there. Here is Kickback. He just kind of holds his in his hands underneath him. And then Bombshell here, it's his horn. So, yeah. But these are their Insecticons, obviously. And they're pretty awesome. Considering how small they are, they have a lot of transforming, moving elements here. Now, there are some things about them that aren't so great. For instance, I don't really think that Kickback really is made in such a way that he really feels like he's standing on his legs. It's really, he's just resting on this yellow piece underneath him. So the legs don't touch. Bombshell here has these little like wheel type things kind of crafted in, and it kind of feels like these should rotate out to the side or something. So he always kind of has this rock going on, which I guess gives him the action to move if you really want to. I don't know, whatever. And then Shrapnel here, he is fine. He kind of does it, but he's a little bit back heavy, so he tends to kind of flip upwards, and it's just exacerbated if you put his gun on there. There's just no balancing him forward. So you guys may be noticing that these guys are tiny. Here's the Magic Square Huffer. Here's the Magic Square Grapple. Here's the obligatory GoBot First Aid, and obligatory Matchbox Grand National. But like they say, good things come in small packages, so let's go ahead and get these guys transformed, starting with Kickback. So we're going to go ahead and just unpeg the hands here so we can get the guns to come out. We're going to bring these wings upwards, which is going to allow these fists, or arms, to rotate the whole length up and kind of be positioned in the right place with the wings there. We're gonna rotate these around. I don't believe these antennas move. I haven't really tried. They're kind of scary. I see no reason to try to do that. So go ahead and clean that up. This part can open, and all it does is kind of buys you a little bit of room to get in there and open up this backpack piece if you're having any particular trouble. With this opened up, you just kind of take these, fold them in place here, and rotate them closed, and then that should fold in here and in place. It kind of fills that in. So you really, I guess, didn't need this to open, but I feel like it does help you kind of. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. What am I saying? Who cares? So now we got that done, we're going to take the bug legs, we're going to fold the top piece in, fold this around, and that's going to become his foot. Very simple here. And rotate the ball joint down, and then the 90 at the leg here, and then just kind of clean it up. So rotate that, and it kind of did it in the process. So there we go. There's Kickback in his robot mode, and he looks awesome for a little Legends guy. So let's move on to Shrapnel next. We can kind of take these and fold them up. I like to take them and bring them down like this when I fold them up. Take the hands and unpeg them from the leg here, and you can bring them out, and then these little pieces here are very hard to work with, but you just kind of push them in. It's much harder to get them from robot mode to the bug mode, but we'll show that when we get there. Next, we're going to take the leg, and we're going to kind of open everything up here, split it, rotate this piece around, and then rotate this down so it pegs in place, and bring the foot down. So one more time, unpeg this, rotate it around, peg the back piece, rotate that up, and then twist the waist so it's facing the right way. From here, very easy, just open up the chest piece, tuck this little silver piece away, and fold it closed, and open the little pinchers to whatever makes you happy. So there's our shrapnel, and we'll go ahead and give him his gun too. Finally, we have Bombshell. We'll just remove the gun here. We're gonna fold the legs closed like so. We're gonna unpeg the arms from the legs in here. And you can bring them out to the side, and let's just get them up and out of the way just like so. From here, you kind of do the GoBot trick where you bring the legs all the way around like so. His little feet pop up like this. This little piece folds in to just kind of give some extra, backing to the legs here. Rotate the waist around. So then for the chest, I always have a little bit of a problem because I'm always trying to open the yellow, and I have to remind myself that it's the purple that actually opens too. And you'll see it's actually a yellow piece that's painted so flawlessly purple, it matches the plastic almost perfectly. So it's really hard to notice that that's what you're supposed to do. But you open it, just be careful of his little cannon on his head. I like to make sure that his head is rotated back as much as I can. Rotate this around and plug this back in place. And there we've got our little Bombshell here. We'll go ahead and work his arms out so they look nicer. And there we go. We've got our Bombshell in his robot mode. Now, they say take this and make it like this, and there you go, that's his gun. I think the gun looks ridiculous, so I actually don't mind him having a sword. So that's what I like to do. And I've got to tell you, this set of Insecticons has so much life to it and so much style. Like, it just blows me away that such little Insecticons have so much personality. So let's remove them from the frame here, and here's Kickback. Like, look how nicely detailed the head is, and like, the proportions look good. He's got articulation, like crazy amounts of articulation. The head's moving, shoulders moving. I mean, obviously he's got ball joints, the waist swivel, ball jointed hips, like everything you want you can get. So yeah, you can just get amazing poses out of him if you're the type of person who can pose. I am not really good at posing my toys, but just take my word for it. It can be done. Going on to Shrapnel here. Again, no lack of details there. The face looks great. The whole silhouette looks great. The only thing is perhaps these feel a little bit long for the character, but I don't hate it. There's nothing really wrong with it. And then finally, Bombshell, like the sculpt work of the face is just, it's fantastic, and like he doesn't seem like he has the ball jointed shoulders the same way, because you can see how they kind of are cut like that, but they alleviated that by having a shoulder pad joint here that just eliminates it. Like, it's so well engineered for a tiny toy. It's amazing what Newage does. It's really quite amazing. So here's just a little plethora of things just to show you the relative scaling. We obviously got Newage Bumblebee, Magic Square Hoist, the Newage Smokescreen and Jazz, and then Magic Square Optimus Prime. Your mileage may vary if you think that they're too small for the scale. I could see them being a little bit taller than B, maybe a little bulkier. They're so nicely proportioned that they actually end up making Bumblebee look a little bit chunky. But I don't hate it. I mean, I think the scale looks great, and if they're on two different shelves, Decepticons and Autobots, I'm not really going to notice to make Bumblebee look a little more chunky. So your mileage may vary here, but I think the scale works just fine. So let's get these guys back in their vehicle modes and let's get out of here. And I really wanted to get this review out because TFCon is this weekend, the same weekend that I'm putting these up. And if you are looking for something cool to pick up, and you were on the fence about these guys, totally think that they're worth it. So anyway, started with Bombshell, opened up his chest, obviously. I'm going to open up his legs here, and we're going to flip them around. We're going to bring the arms on in. I almost said feet for who knows what reason. Rotate this around in place. Really could have left the arms not done yet, but I mean, it doesn't matter. really doesn't. Bring this around, connect it like so. With these in place, now go ahead, bring the hands down, and then plug the fists into the side here and just kind of straighten this stuff out like so. Open up the little bug legs and attach the horn. So he's done. On the shrapnel, I do find it easiest to have something like a spudger here just to kind of get in there and open this up. It is a little bit difficult. Take the silver piece, fold it up, and it just covers the face. Move the pincers to wherever makes you happy. We're going to come to the waist. We'll rotate it around before we forget. Take these, kind of split them. Take the front part here and get it so it's going to clear and rotate around. And then bring them forward like that. So we'll do that again on this side. Split the leg pieces. Rotate the part without the foot around. And sometimes, like I said, it takes a little figuring out which way it really wants to turn. And rotate this up. You can peg these in together. That should be flat across the back like this. Now this part, I think as I've moved it more, these do kind of become a little bit easier. This one's a little tough. If you're having trouble with it, you actually can use like the handle of his gun to push it down a little. I wouldn't use the tip just so you don't scratch it up, but the handle, you know, can give you a little bit of force in there to push it down just a little, and it's going in his hand, so if it gets scratched up, you'll never notice. So go ahead and plug this in, and plug this in. From here, just take his little bug legs and open them however makes you happy. Oops, forgot to fold this one up. Was wondering why I was looking weird. And there we go. We got Shrapnel in his bug mode. I'm just going to put the gun here because, like I said, it's small and I do not care to lose it. There we go. So finally, we're going to take Kickback. We'll take his gun out. We are going to open up this back piece here, fold these little feet out, and close it back up. So once we have the backpack out, we're going to turn to the front here, and we're going to split the legs like he's doing a full split, and then rotate them at the ball joint area like that. So he just looks like he's got a really wide stance. So from our wide legs here, we're just going to pull out the little purple pieces here, and we'll orient them however we see fit when we get there. But for now, let's just leave them flat like that. We're going to take this piece, kind of rotate it down, which is going to give us the clearance to bring the arms around like this. So you kind of have to rotate them on the ball joint here. And you'll see you have the peg and a hole. If you want to put the gun in, now is the time. Just kind of peg it into the hands and clip that closed. We'll go ahead and we'll rotate the head around, and we'll bring the wings back like this. And now with that all in place, you can kind of rotate the his crotch piece upwards to kind of get you however you really want the bug legs to end up looking. And then you're going to open up this little purple piece here. He doesn't hide his head in his bug mode, but I mean, I guess it's so far at the ground that you can't really tell. And there's Kickback in his bug mode. So yeah, these guys are a lot of fun. I think they're well worth the price. They're very expressive. They're very well detailed. They do come in a couple versions, so be aware. I believe there is ones with non-silver painted. I think they're gray painted. There's a couple little variations, so make sure you know which ones you're getting and you get the ones that you want. This is the set that I wanted with the actual metallic silver on there, and I think they're awesome. So if you guys are going to TFCon, be safe. If you see me there, feel free to come over, say hi. I will be wearing probably the T2RX6 shirt, the only one in existence, so hopefully it should be easy to figure out who I am. Anyway, if you're on the fence looking for something to pick up at the con, I think these guys are a great option. So this is T2RX6. I hope you guys enjoy the review, and I'll see you next time.